Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. And you know what? I want everybody to pay attention. Uh, my friend Ray, and I'm be honest with you, I ain't seen him in 5 years.
Yeah, it's been about
And
five.
I ran across him yesterday. I ran across him in the most unusual place,
Grocery store.
the grocery store, and looked at him and like, what? 5 years, COVID didn't get you? He said, COVID didn't get you? Oh, we're still here. I mean, hey, Ray, oh, we still here,
Still here. I had it twice.
you know, and I had it as well. But the thing is this: God always have a plan for us, even when we think that He is not working His magic. And I live in Texas now, but of course, you guys know I live in Temecula as well, and I'm in my Temecula home for the summer, and we've been here over a month, and so we probably got about another 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks. But to run across a great friend, run across a guy that I respect, and that I was used to seeing at the gym, and I'm talking about positive attitude, a motivational guy, and I don't think that he knew that he was doing these things because that's just who he is. And I want to introduce you guys to my great friend Ray. Ray, can you tell our listener audience, our viewers, who is Ray?
Ooh, let's see.
Look,
Ray.
look at that camera. And
That
tell 'em.
camera, okay. Ray is let's see. Ray is a hard worker. Ray is a family man. Ray is a street dude. Ray is little everything. Comedian, everything. I'm everything. I'm family first and customer service, sales. Ray is just I'm all around everything. And God fearing, thank God I'm still here guy. That's just who Ray is. Working out, being happy.
So Ray, we all have challenges in our lives, and I can just tell, and my audience know me. But sometimes it's kind of hard
Yes, it is.
to figure out how we get past certain challenges because we feel that we know everything. And sometimes uh, we want to push everybody to the side when we know we need help, when we know that what's in our heart might not always be the right thing. And sometimes we run out of options. And
Mhm.
when we run out of options, most of us want to throw our hands up
Yeah.
and give up. I don't know if you ever experienced any of those things because you're a big guy and you positive, I mean all that stuff, and probably never had a worry in your life. Yeah, can you talk to our audience a little bit about that?
Um. Yeah. So basically, I try to stay positive because on the other end of positive, you get. My sister always say you got three people. You got Durray, which is my real name. Ray, what my family call me, and then you got Street Ray. So I try to stay positive because if I have two filters, I have either I care or I don't. I don't like to do the I don't care filter because once I don't care, I just don't care about nothing, consequences, nothing. So when the dark days come, I try to stay positive. I try to stay faithful. I deal with a lot of dark stuff. I'm talking about being homeless. I mean, just everything that everybody don't think nobody would like to talk about. I done it.
Let me cut you off. So, what was you born? Where you grew up at?
I was born in LA, South Central. I was born and raised pretty much Nixon Gardens.
What is Nixon?
Projects in
Okay.
LA. I was born and raised in the projects LA. We moved out to Inglewood, then to LA. So I kind of moved around a lot as a kid. My father wasn't, he was around, but he wasn't around. My mother always worked. So, typical LA boy, street boy, just kind of growing amongst the ranks out there. So I suffer from ADHD, ADD, OCD, and according to my therapist, PTSD. So
So it's a lot of D's.
it's a lot of D's.
Okay. So how many sisters and brothers do you have?
Okay, and technically,
Yes.
by my mom and dad, I'm an only child. My dad remarried. I have 4 sisters. My god brother, my god brother took me in when I was 14, and then my sister, so my god sister. So, but technically, I'm an only child. Everybody else are just kind of their adopted family. Besides my dad's
So
brother,
you got 4 biological sisters,
and I'm the oldest.
And you're the oldest. Now, and let me tell you, because challenges, and you and I talked about the challenges in a black, I wouldn't say black man, but a kid,
Mm-hmm.
not growing up and the fathers not being there. Statistically, it shows that most of us, and I wouldn't just say black, but kids in general, broken home, growing up, mother is the role model. Dad come by every now and then. Uh, Grandmother whoop your butt if they're around,
Get
uh,
switched.
and you have to reach over and find someone that you believe in and you look up to. And most of the time, in our decisions, we don't always make the great or right decision, because our decision is based on what we see on TV. It's based on what we see somebody cool. It's based on the gangs and the drug dealers because they're making the money. Uh, based on, then we are influenced and we want to be just like that person that influenced you because the father figure is not there. Can you explain to our listeners and our viewers, um, did you ever go through something like that? Or did you ever miss your father not being there, bouncing you on your knees and just taking you fishing and doing all that, and just telling your son, this is what you need. I believe this is what you need to do.
Well, I tried to. I, I mean, my father was trying to raise another family, so my grandfather was that to me, where I did everything with my grandfather. Um, Literally, I did everything with my grandfather from the time I was a kid to the time I was a teenager. Me and my grandfather was close, like just the closest. Um, and it was with my grandparents and then my aunties and uncles. Because I come from a very big family, it wasn't that many boys. There was a lot of girls, but not that many boys. And because I was my mama's son, I was inducted by all my family. So you got to think my mom had 11 brothers and sisters. My grandmama had 13 brothers and sisters. My granddaddy had, I think, he had about 18 kids damn self. So it was big. It was a lot. So, and I was the baby. So I was spoiled. I was spoiled by everybody in my family. Everywhere I went, I got everything I
Because you
wanted
were the baby boy.
because I was the baby boy.
And you mentioned that, and just let's bring a little bit more of that into insight. I am the seventh of 10 kids by a mother who had 6 different fathers of her children, and she was never married. And I understand when the father is not there, and I understand that it's easy to veer to the left or to the right. But it's always great for somebody to raise, to understand that, okay, we got to get him out of this situation. Uh, we don't know where we put him in a better situation or worse situation, but we got to get some leadership. Otherwise, it's going to go down that road. And in my case, they um, country boy, city boy journey. My mom picked me, which was number 7, my brother number 6, to go live with my aunt and uncle and my grandmother. My aunt and uncle didn't have any kids, so it was just my brother Jerry and myself. But I learned how to get away from the stigma and how to understand that there is a better road out there. That I was in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now I'm in Graham, Alabama. Did you ever experience any um, hardship or whatever that might have been, where your mom or your grandfather or somebody felt that we got to get Ray out of here, and we got to put him in a better environment. Otherwise, it's a lost cause.
um, at this point, no. I literally felt nobody felt they had to get Ray because they didn't think. Even though my mom moved me to Hawthorne and Gardena, these are predominantly at the time nice neighborhoods, whatever. She felt that I was in a better place where I wouldn't succumb to the violence and the problematics of everything around me. But she was totally wrong. She worked all the way in Beverly Hills, so she had to go to work every day. I was left to deal with the repercussions of the street. So dealing with the repercussions of the street, a lot of things happened to me. My uncles and stuff, they was active, and family members was active. So just dealing with the repercussions of the street, decisions I made by the age of 12 got me stabbed in the head, and I got stabbed.
I want you to hold that thought.
Hold
We
that.
got to hold that
Okay.
thought about the age of 12. 'Cause we got to take a station break.
Okay.
And tell you, I'm enjoying this, and this is a short show today. We only got about 12 more minutes to go, but I got to take the station breaks, and we're gonna come back, and we're gonna continue to talk to Ray, hey, yeah. But it's your life. I'm Dr. James J. Cool. I see you shortly.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And I tell you, this absolutely fantastic guest that I'm talking to, fantastic guy, extraordinary guy. And I tell you, we all, at least myself and I know Ray, probably felt like you already lived 8, 9 lives already, and we're still here. And that means God is not through with us. That means there's purpose. And regardless of what type of challenges, regardless of trials and tribulations we went through, there are challenges here. And I want to pick it up, Ray, when you was 12 years old, when you walk in, somebody stab you in the head or something like that. Can you pick it up from there and just talk to our viewers?
All right. Well, I got stabbed in the head. I was 12 because they thought I was from somewhere that I wasn't from. It was friends that did it. So that brought me to my life of trust issues. Because not only I was stabbed by friends, I was actually set up by friends, set up by girls I went to elementary school that I grew up with that I thought was my friends. So I put a lot of trust and a lot of hardship through the rest of my life. You know, that just I didn't trust people. You know, I don't trust people. I ain't gonna say I didn't because I still have that issue. You know,
What did you learn from that experience at 12 years old?
At 12?
Yes.
That you say the wrong thing, you play the wrong way, people will take you out of this world.
And the environment is where I'm going with. So, did the environment have that you was in at that time have anything to do with your thought process, how you live your life, and the things that you might have done or might have said?
That day, before that day, I was a straight A student, just graduated. I was pretty much not really worried about nothing. And after that day, I became numb. I guess I suffered from PTSD. I became violent. I got into fights, shootouts, and everything else after that. It was just.
Hold up. You said you got into the fights and shootouts. What you mean by shootouts?
Hey, man, it was either them or me. I'm sorry. It was one of them type of things. I had to learn to protect myself. So I became fascinated with guns.
And how old was you?
Well, my grandfather started me shooting and hunting in Texas at 5. So I was always fascinated with guns, but I started carrying a gun and getting in the shootouts around 12. So after I got stabbed, it was them and me. So
it was all about protection.
It was all about protection. I never really, even when I got out there and I got a little active and start proclaiming different things, I never got to the point where I was trying to get at somebody for wearing this color or that color. It was always if they came at me or if you know.
So I think you're saying in the environment that you was in, probably gangs, and if you wore the wrong color, you was associated with a wrong.
Yeah, if you lived in a certain neighborhood, you wore the wrong color, or you associated with other people that wasn't getting on with that neighborhood, you was considered it. And I know we run out of time, but I'm gonna just say this. Growing up in LA, there's only three reasons why people join gangs: family, protection, and affiliation. So basically, you're affiliated by the school you go to, or you get protected from the area you staying in. I'm sorry about that, James. And you get protected in the area you staying in, or you already grew up into it. It's just that simple. Is somebody you know, where your family from? I mean, because that's the 3 questions they ask: where you from, where your family from, where do you live?
You know what? Believe it or not, Ray, it's like that. It was like that all over the country. And I'm from a small town called Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Alton Park Projects is where I grew up. And it was all about association, family, and this and that. If you was from this certain neighborhood, you didn't have to be a member of the gang.
You just were from the neighborhood.
But you were from the neighborhood, yeah. and you was protected, you and your family. If somebody else came out in there, now the challenge that you have when I was growing up was, if you had an opportunity, you chose to be a gang member, and you refused to be that person,
then they became.
And well, it all depends. You get a choice. I don't know about the South Central LA, but you get a choice, and you don't want to be a part of it. Then, yeah. But if you pretend like, oh yeah, I want to be part of it, then they start initiation and all this other type of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And that's when you get caught up in a lot of, I believe, young black men, some women. They want to be part of something like I mentioned earlier, because they see something on TV, or they see somebody in their neighborhood that's cool, or they see the pimps or whatever walking. They got all the money and the cars, and like, I can do that too. But there is a price that goes along with every decision we make, whether we 8 years old, whether we 16, 17, 20, 24, 40, 100.
That's why I got the tattoos.
Yeah, but you just so let me pivot to another point. So you have grown up, then, and you had decisions, you got away or whatever that is, and you're like, I'm just gonna do my thing right now. I'm gonna be a decent, honest citizen. I'm gonna do all the things I have to do. But then society turns on us. First of all, because in society in America, and I just hate to say it, but I'll be honest with you, it's not always fair for a black man or black woman.
Oh, you ain't gonna tell me.
It's not fair. And you got many people out there saying, no, America's not racist. Everybody, yeah, the reason they doing that is because, no, it ain't fair. But I believe that we have to make the right decision regardless of the situation. Circumstance. Have you ever been in a situation where, I think you understand what I'm saying. It ain't fair, but it's still certain decisions. And
I had a decision a few years ago where things got so bad for me. My water was cut off. I was getting evicted. Hustling wasn't going right. IRS was coming after me. The feds was coming after me. It was so many different things that was just going wrong for me that I just decided I didn't want to be here no more.
What you mean by that?
I literally didn't want to be here no more. I was like, it's funny because all my life I was told I wasn't live to see 21. So I lived to see 21 just to piss people off. And then here I am in my 40s after I done lost my best friends and all of the other to the same violence that I grew out of, about to take my own life because.
So you saying you was going to take your own?
Yeah, I was going to take my own life.
Wow.
I was, yeah, it got that serious. Depression is real.
Tell our viewers what you mean by
depression is real.
Depression is real.
I was depressed. I was going through it with my family, through it with everybody. Me and my god brother wasn't talking. Me and my mother was barely speaking. Depression is real, and I literally say I was about 2 inches from just saying, you know what, forget it, I'm out of here. And my sister called me.
Hold on. We only got about 4 minutes, but man, you got my attention now. So you were getting ready to do it, meaning that you were set up to do.
I was getting ready to get out of here. Yeah, and my sister called me.
And what did she say?
What are you doing?
How did she know?
I to this day, I still don't know how my sister know. She was like, dude, you stronger than this. You bigger than this.
But that's why you didn't have to tell her.
I didn't tell her nothing. And then I literally just, when I talked to her about 10 minutes and I just broke down and cried. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is not you. And I pulled my pants up. I wiped my face and said, nah, this ain't me. And my whole path changed after that. It was like I faced my demon, and my demon was myself.
Say that one more time. Your demon is what?
Myself.
Look at the camera and tell them. Your demon is yourself.
Myself. I faced my demon. My demon was myself.
Everybody, what I believe we're saying is sometimes we experience challenge situation where we just want to just throw the towel in and give up. But that thing called demon, and this is not a planned interview or nothing like that. I'm telling you, he don't know what I'm at. I don't know what he's gonna say. But many times I believe that your demon is yourself, and we make decisions based on. Let me give you a quick scenario. You ever watch that commercial where they have the green guy on one shoulder and the red guy on this shoulder? Yeah. And we just philosophy calls Sigmund Freud called the id, ego, and the super ego. And the id is come to us, and we think that we can do all this and all this other type because it's a naught, and that we're born with that. The ego, like you can do all these things. Just go there. The super ego said, no. And that's the green guy over here. Now you have to think about this. And the red guy on the other side, like, no, just do him, cuss him out, slap him. The green guy said, no. Mm-hmm. And that comes from your mind, body, and soul. So you battling with the demon or the goodness, and and they get to fighting, and whichever one of them win,
It's which way you go.
that's the way that you're gonna go.
That's the way you go.
You know, so what I'm trying to say is that the demon that's inside of us, we also got goodness on the inside of us. I believe that we have to make the right decision. And in closing, Ray, what did you learn from that? And tell our listeners how you feel today, and where's your life at today? Look at the camera and tell them.
How I feel today. Well, I still have struggles. I still have things I'm going through. But as far as myself, I feel great. I'm not, I pretty much try not to worry about it. I stay positive. I keep positive energy around me. I'm actually going to school to get my BCABA. I'm actually a therapist now. Go figure me. Actually been a therapist, but and I'm trying to advance in that field because I believe it starts with the kids, because that's my mama didn't believe in, even though my mom worked for a hospital and was technically a nurse, she didn't believe in therapy for black kids. Black people don't believe in therapy.
Yeah, black people don't. I mean, in many cases, we feel that we don't need therapy.
Yeah, and we all do, especially growing up in the ways we grew up, in the street lives that we grow up in. To pave your way out of it, or to become a miracle about it, you just you definitely just have to kind of just figure some things out. And when you figure them out, you be in a better place.
So do you believe that you figured some things out, and are you happier right now?
Oh yeah, I'm very happy. Like I say, even with the struggles in my life, I'm happy right now, and I'm figuring things out. And the only thing is good situations, and I ran into you.
Well, you know what, and you know what? Just like I said, 5 years, right? Come on, bro. 5 years. I have no idea that I was going to run across you
at a grocery store.
At a grocery store, and 12 years ago, and whatever. Me and you talked on a regular basis. You were that positive motivator to me a lot of times. And you guys always call me the mayor because I had my own little seat right by the steam room.
Yeah, and the steam room
and the sauna. And but I tell you what, we only got a minute to go. Can you leave our listeners with 2 takeaways from this great interview I'm having with you?
I'm gonna leave you with 2 takeaways, and it's something. My daughter actually has mental health issues, and she said something that was so profound in her little speech one day. And the biggest thing is I can't let my yesterdays be my todays. And that's what I do. I live by. I don't let my yesterdays be my todays, because tomorrow will always be better. So as long as God wake me up, it's a great day.
So I like what you just said. I mean, we all have challenges in our lives. And look at the camera. Mm-hmm. Let's lean toward. We all have challenges in our lives. And I believe that a lot of these things we have no control over. And then we have to go through trials and tribulations. But once you get past, it's like you said, if you're going through the fire, keep running. If you get out the storm, it's a storm, keep moving forward. Mm-hmm. Once you get out, always remember what happened yesterday, but don't live it. You have to live the present where you are today. So that means you have to readjust with certain things. But always be prepared for tomorrow. I'd like to thank my great guest, Ray, for taking the time to do this interview. And I tell you what, I always want everybody to dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. It's your life. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and I'll talk to you later.